Alright, so today we will get into this very short chapter, and that's your threads and fasteners. So these are the things that hold the entire entire part together. Yeah. So your threads and of course the fasteners are very important in assembly. If you don't get these things correctly, your parts are going to have issue in assembly. Because if you fail the assembly, then you're gonna have a lot of issues, okay, on the shop floor, your scrap, and then of course your defects, and so, and that would cost a lot of money, and we want to avoid that. Your threads are bolts, screw, washer, keys, pins, and nuts. Okay, they look like this. Of course, you see them all the time: Lowe's, Home Depots, Ace. Okay, Tractor Supply Store, things like that, or like you can have this whole bunch of them. Also, Fasteners also have, yeah, and your Granger also have, yeah, all kinds of stuff. And these features definitely allow the parts to be assembled, meaning like they were made, okay, and then of course they will keep different parts together or related parts together. So why do we draw the threads symbolically? Is we do not draw full thread geometry. Instead, we simplify the lines, the standard symbols, thread notes, okay, define the size and the type. And all you have to know in ACME 101 is to be able to recognize the thread note and be able to read it. So inspection definitely relies on your notes, okay, your call outs are your notes and not the drawn, all right, threads, okay. So therefore threads don't sometimes look like threads. It looks very much like this, okay. So here you can see the tab hole is very symbolic and it's showing the internal thread. Yeah, so you will come across those kind of thing, and then of course here is your notes here. So if you try to model every thread helix in AutoCAD, you are going to lose the thread. So we usually use a lot of library. There are many ready-made library for AutoCAD. Drawing is going to use a symbolic representation. So machinists, they don't read the spiral, they read the note, okay? Common types, you want to see unified like this, general use. Your matrix looks like that. Threading, general use. Your square thread looks like this, and it's good for your power transmission kind of function. Your ACME looks like this. It's just a of course, a lot of people try to think that this is abbreviation. No, it's just a name. Okay, we call this type of square is ACME, stronger than the square thread. It was starting out as an organization, but then I think they deprecated it somehow, and then of course the name left like that. But then they don't really like care for the long form anymore. Okay. Construction, American construction and mechanical engineer at that time, but then later we got ASME, and then construction grew, they branched out on its own. Okay, in construction, of course, they don't care too much about anything because they have buildings to build. Okay, so they're not. Then they have their own organization, but they're not as big as ASME. So anyways, a buttress look like this and designed to the handle, okay, heavy forces in one direction. Of course, your truck jack, you will be using this type of threading. So internal threads, your nuts. External threads, your bolts. Your metric threads are like we write it this way, and 10 times 1.5. That's just an example. Unified threads 1/4, okay, to 20 UNC. UNC is just a course. C for the course. It's just a unified thread, okay, course, meaning like it's not fine, thread, it's just a rough thread. You don't memorize the table, you just learn to read the call out like that, okay, so you know like which size you're dealing with. It's pretty easy to understand, okay, it's not that hard to read it. You would definitely get it. Of course, metric is going to use an M that is for matrix, and then your fractions is for your American units, which is your US customer units, okay? So if you mix these up, your bolt is not gonna fit, period. So how thread call outs work? So a thread call out is just a node, okay? It's a thread node, tells you the size, pitch, thread type, class, and the depth. And just telling you everything about the thread. And it looks like this. Yeah, so it's metric and this is inch. So that's your inch system, metric system. And you have your size, okay, 10 times, so it's a thread number. So how many thread that you do, and size is 1.5, and then of course 6H, okay? It's just a thread node. And this is just telling you the size of it, okay? And then of course your inch system, we're gonna identify, the size, and then of course how many threads are there, 20 with 1/4, and then of course they're coarse, yeah, very coarse threading, and then of course this is just a table that we identify what kind of thread that is, okay, to be. So anyway, I'll show you one by one. So drawing rules for the thread, do not draw the full thread detail, we don't need it. We just show the thread and where it's gonna go. So this is external, and then of course this is internal. And then of course do not dimension the thread like the normal holes. So threads are defined by the nodes, okay, like that, and you will definitely see simplified version of your external thread drawn, okay, and symbolically like that. So students love to overdraw the thread like that. One time I remember, like, I asked students to draw the thread and they will come up like this, but no, of course in a simplified diagram we usually draw like this, okay. So, and of course we go by the notes. So notes always give you the details of the thread, so we don't really need to count like how many threads are there, okay. It's just that. So don't keep it, and make sure you just keep it as clean as possible. Here is really complicated and this is pretty clean. And then keep it very symbolic. Yeah, this is about communication or art. Okay, so common mistakes. Make sure you avoid forgetting the thread note, because thread note shows everything that you need to know. And then you're using a round standard metric versus inch. Over detailing, crowding the nodes. We don't want any of it. Yeah, so drafting is we gotta make sure that everything is clean, clear. CC is really important. So clear notes, a clean drawing, to prevent the expensive scrap. Yeah. Of course, because these mistakes definitely give you failure, and this is not a minor drafting error. This is a production. Yes, a long time ago you're gonna have to like study the whole thing, but now you don't have to, because it's as long as you understand how to deal with them, you're okay. Yeah. When you look at this, we can be able to see it's just giving you all the major diameter. Thread depth is giving you here with a little sign. And then of course the threads per inch, you have 24 thread in 1 inch. Your diameter, this thing is going to be that big, okay. Your thread form and series is fine for F. Your thread class, this is just for listing in the table, it's 3. And it just B is showing you that's the external, A is for the internal. And then of course this is a left-handed thread or right-handed thread, okay. So yeah, don't just feel bad about the thread. Threads are really easy to read in the real world, okay. And it will come pretty easy for you, okay, when you have to go and read the table on each line of it. It's not a big deal. So anyways, example, tapped hole in a plate. It looks like this, and then of course this is kind of like a drawing in details. You have a sketch, okay, the plate, and of course you draw the whole location, indicate the thread hole, okay, like that, and then add the simple thread note, okay. So those are the things that you can be able to do. This is complicated drawing and we don't want it. And what you're going to do is you are going to do a drawing of a thread. You can go symbolic, yeah, keep it clean, and you can be able to show, okay, and make sure you write the thread note like that by counting, okay, the thread. Here we have like a 1, 2, depends on what example you get, okay, in the textbook. So this is just another example that we're showing you. So just follow the textbook and draw, okay. Symbolic is okay to draw, easier in AutoCAD. of course, and then we will do with AutoCAD, even though we recommend you to try to draw in AutoCAD. If you cannot be able to draw, you can still submit your hand sketch. I will accept. You draw the plate, you draw the hole, and then add the center marks, and then you're going to add your thread notes. You should be able to do it. Yeah, so I'm not looking for this type of drawing, I'm looking for this type of drawing like that. Okay, so it's easy. Just don't forget the thread note. At the center marks, and then of course the thread note is really important, and give it a leader line, okay, for adding the note. And you're going to check the spacing. Of course, the readability is really important. Spacing matters, yeah, in drawing. So if your leader line touches the geometry, it looks unprofessional. So make sure you don't do those kind of little tiny, yeah, things. And make sure you keep your drawing clean and clear, please. So it looks professional. So the chapters is short and also really important, because they're, we always deal with bolts and screws and threads and nuts all the time. Without that, it's impossible to stabilize any of the product, okay, or system. So thread mistakes cause the assembly failure, broken fastener, rework, delays. We want to avoid all of this. Make sure you correct the call outs, your notes. Okay, notes got to contain all the information that you need about your thread. Okay, then of course this Thursday we are going to get into lab 11, and he will create blocks. Use library is really important, so blocks are in the library, because the libraries already have all the blocks, so you can be able to use a ready-made one. Of course, in many different businesses they have their own library, very big library, not like the little library that you get from the AutoCAD. Okay, it will be customized a version for you with their own product and the system they're using. So we can practice scaling, rotating, yeah, using the block, creating or inserting. And of course, update the repeated features. So these are what we will do in lab 11. Just giving you a heads up. Make sure you reuse the standard part, reduce the mistakes, increase the drafting speed is your goal. Okay, we will go about 30 minutes per drawing, and then of course we're going to speed it up to 15 minutes per drawing if you can. Yeah, if you cannot, just go 30 minutes, fine. But over the summer, please study. So this lab is going to connect directly to fasteners in the rear drawing. We don't redraw the bolts 50 times. We only create the blocks and use it. Okay, so blocks matter in fasteners. So 40 bolts on a plate. So if you just do one time, we can just block it and use, yeah, again, 12 repeated tapped holes. If you create one tapped holes, we can use it many times. 6 standard fastener symbol, we don't need that to do, and that's a waste of time. So we are going to do smart. So we will block it, create the block, and reuse it. So without the block, it's a chaos. So with the blocks, you have the control. And of course, you can speed up your work flow. So blocks ensure the consistency, increase your efficiency, and then if you change one fastener symbol or instances, okay, it will be updated. Okay, so source is this, and I'm gonna go ahead and stop this lecture. Yeah,